tweets coming in, and people can't get enough of Tatted Shefty. One viewer tweeted, "When did Adam Schefter get all those tattoos? Bro broke out the short sleeve. I didn't even recognize him." LOL. Unbelievable, Shefty. Thank you for leaning in, and thank you for getting tattooed up today.
Leaning in,
great.
You crushed
It hurt.
And also, like, sleeper build of the century.
Commitment.
No doubt.
He's always wearing
Didn't
a
see
suit.
it.
He took the suit
Yes.
off. I'm like, hey, are you wearing a muscle shirt under there?
Yeah, he's got.
That's
he's
just
got,
you.
That's me.
Do you want to shout out a trainer or anyone?
Shout out
No,
anybody
that's good.
or
What's your
tattoo artist?
What's your wife's name?
Sherry.
Lucky lady.
Oh, shout out Sherry.
I'm the lucky guy.
That's it.
Humility.
Humility.
After.
Back on Get Up. Let's run through a segment we call Fact or Fiction. Dan, fact or fiction? The Seahawks signing of Sam Darnold is the best single move of the offseason.
Yeah, fact. This is a football team that moved on from a really good coach, a Hall of Fame coach, and a really good quarterback at that time, and signed a quarterback that some people are like one-year wonder. And all of a sudden, Sam Darnold is not a one-year wonder. He's absolutely that top pick that he was for the Jets. They've got one of the best big play offenses in the NFL with him and JSN. And this is a team that a lot of people are sitting there going, legit Super Bowl contender.
Saved a little bit of money, added a pick, and got better.
I love that, Shefty.
Daniel Jones at home saying, what about me, guys? Fact or fiction? Jackson Smith and Jigba is the best wide receiver in the NFL. Hawk.
It's a fact. I mean, the dude is balling 9 games, over 1,000 yards. We talk so much about A.J. Brown in the season where he has 400. And Jackson Smith and the Jigba in half the season has over 1,000. He wins on every level. He's great after catch. He's great down the field. Yes, Sam Darnold is balling in large part because JSN has come on so strong.
He's so good at tracking the ball.
Will Compton, fact or fiction? Matthew Stafford is the league MVP right now.
Fiction right now. Right now, I got Drake May. This weekend's a huge game for Stafford in this MVP race. But right now, I got Drake May, 2,400 yards. He's doing it with Booty, Hollins, and Diggs. Where Stafford, he's thrown for a lot of yards, 2,500, I believe. A lot of touchdowns, but he's doing it with Puka, Devontae Adams. He's also got Kyron Williams. I just think Drake May's doing more with less.
Don't sleep on Blake Corum.
37 years old, maybe having his best year as a pro. Not the MVP, though. You're like Drake May. What was your thought on that?
I mean, it's funny we're talking about any of the MVP candidates. No one's mentioning Jonathan Taylor.
Okay, make the case.
Who has 17 touchdowns, 1,400 yards in 10 games. He went for 300 yards this past week in total and 3 touchdowns. And nope, not on Will's list.
He's in my top 3. We got the name 2 right there. We were kind of talking quarterback.
Right
now, hey, it was
just left out number 3.
Fact or fiction on Stafford. I said no. Right now, we got Drake May. I wasn't giving a list here.
Hey, Hook.
Okay.
But I do like JT.
Quarterbacks have won the MVP the last 12 years, and in the last 7 years, of the 350 votes cast for MVP, there's been only 1 vote cast not for a quarterback. That was for Cooper Kupp. 349 votes for quarterbacks the last 7 years.
Yeah. Fun fact about Cooper Kupp, he's got the same yards as A.J. Brown this year. Onward.
Yeah. Onward.
Fun fact about A.J. Brown.
Win it last year.
Fun fact, Andrew Hawkins outdid A.J. Brown.
Yes, he did. Back to Stafford.
Numbers-wise.
Let's not get too distracted.
Let's get back to Stafford.
Dan Orlovsky, you got some tape. Let's go. Let's break it down. A little Rams offense here.
Yeah. So one of the things about this Rams offense is it has the least amount of negative plays in the NFL. Now, part of that is because the run game is a really simple run game. They get into their multiple tight ends, and they're going to run what we call duo. Let's just be really efficient. And so they're constantly ahead of the chains. Now, the challenge for a defense is when they get into those 3 tight end personnels, you're like, here comes the run. Yeah. So we got to stop the run. But then they get into this play action and or what we would call bootleg or keeper game. So the 3 tight end element for their offense is a really challenging presentation. I think it's going to be a huge deal for the defense. They get to this keeper game. We call this keeper where you protect the edges. I'm giving the quarterback a clean throw. Here comes Devontae. For a guy who's going to be in the Hall of Fame, this is so easy. Look at the space I've created, the displacement to the defense. Easy. What if we want a drop back or a chunk play? So tight end, tight end, tight end. So now I've spread the defense out. This looks like a pass concept. I help in protection with the chip. And now I get this big in. I lift coverage to Devontae, a Hall of Famer, and then a check down. Stafford's like, I've run this 8,000 times in my life. Easy throw. But in a run personnel, I get a huge chunk. Down in the red zone, there's those 3 tight ends again. A little bit different formation. Here comes Stafford. Here comes the toss, right? Defense, you got to go take the toss away. That defense ends like, I got to get down line of scrimmage. Nope. And again, here's this. Look at this. This is an easy read. It's an easy read. I'm not getting touched. With these run personnel groupings, they're getting these chunks. And so the challenge to a defense is, so everybody knows at home, when the defensive coordinator, play gets done, sees the Rams are in 13 personnel.
They've got to be running.
So they've got to put a personnel on the field defensively that can handle that run. And so that's the reality is I got to handle the run. There's this little short motion. Look at this zone group just flow all the way across.
Dan,
So
can I ask,
Yeah.
how often do you see one running back, 3 tight ends on the field in a typical game for other teams?
yeah, not a ton. That's not necessarily. But I'll tell you this: both of these teams, it's going to be a huge part of what they do this week.
Seahawks do it too.
That's why I love it. And so, as a defense, Will knows this. You sit there and go, okay, well, we got to have the bodies on the field to handle the run because they can run out of that 13 personnel. But then those bodies that you put on the field to handle the run, they're not really equipped to handle the pass because they're bigger bodies, they're D linemen, they're linebackers. And then that's when you get these guys in space and you're like, man, this is a very difficult unit to defend. Last thing I'd say is this: Stafford turns 38 the day before the Super Bowl. So he's 37 years old. He's the #1 quarterback in the NFL on bootlegs or keepers in completions and touchdowns, and he's 4th in yards at 37.
Pretty good. Last week, we hyped up Packers-Eagles as a preview of the NFC Championship game, and that was all about the powers of the NFC, the powers of the NFC. Is this the preview of the NFC Championship game? Seahawks and Rams? Do you feel like it's got that kind of gravity to it?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, somebody said it in the first hour in their opening statements, and I think it's a hell of a take. Like, both of these teams,
They had a comp,
you
I
put
remember.
them comparable side by side. Both have top 10 defenses. Both have top 5 offenses. Both have top 5 wide receivers. Both quarterbacks are playing amazing. So when you look at the NFC West right now in this game, this is absolutely a preview in my mind of the NFC Championship.
Okay, now let's look at the picks here. We see 2 coins at the bottom here, Will and Taylor. Do we have coins here on the table?
We do need a coin.
I
Does
believe we
anybody
had
have-
There's one behind.
It is
the Hawks.
2025.
Is it right here?
Just
We actually have
conveniently.
2 of them.
This game's a coin flip game.
Let's do
Love
this.
both teams.
Yeah.
I hope we
Let's
get
do
a
this.
great game.
Let's
Great
look to
preview
this
of the
camera
NFC
here.
Championship.
Okay, look to those cameras, and let's make
What are you calling it in the air? Who's who?
Why are we flipping 2 coins?
Let's go
Okay.
heads.
Because we have different picks. We're gonna-
Yeah.
if so,
We're
if
different
possible.
people.
You're not a group.
Same bus.
I think heads
Okay.
are Rams and Hawks
Thought you were like Millie
are
Vanilli.
tails.
Nice.
Hawks, tails,
Okay.
Rams, heads.
You go first.
Hawks
Rams
or
are
tail?
heads.
Hey, boys, ain't no curses.
Yes.
Oh, that's a good.
Oh, that's a good one.
Spin.
I wish we had the close up on that.
That's an elite.
Seahawks!
Seahawks.
Sammy D, JSN!
Yo, that's an elite flip right
That
there.
was next.
Taylor, move on.
There's no beating that.
That's-
Fine.
I'm also going to Seahawks.
Seahawks!
I'm also going to
Seahawks!
Seahawks. It was tough for me. I know. Dude,
That flip might have just lost them the game.
Yeah. no.
Hey, but your flip was so good. Mine's canceled out. Now we're
Do we
back
have a
to
graphic
50-50
that can
game.
like flip that coin to a Seahawk? No,
Yeah.
maybe next segment. We're gonna get
That
it.
was a Friday Night Lights type of spin.
That was it. That was good. In the parking lot, I saw that in the gas station.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was brought to my attention during the commercial break. But the fact that there's 3 teams getting together at a gas station and flipping a coin,
Only in Texas.
Yeah, only in
incredible.
Texas.
Only in
Just watch
Texas.
Landman as well, so I'm all in.
Great
Yeah.
show.
I'm all in.
Billy
on
Bob
that.
Thornton.
No, for sure.
Guys, awesome stuff. Seahawks 3, Orlovsky with the Rams. I
Yeah.
respect it. Home game.
Yeah, well, in LA, you can get a lot of visiting fans. I just think this defense in LA is going to go, we dare you, Seattle, to run the football. Because they love to get into run personnel, Seattle, and throw it.
Yep.
I think defensively, Chris Shula, who's the defense coordinator of the Rams, is going to say, run it 35 times. Let's see if you can and will.
We've officially updated the picks bar below. That is TV talk. That is the graphic, and Will is flexing. We're good. Coming up, high